Welcome. We're going to attempt to do a couple of variation problems. Both of these problems, I believe, come from Introductory and Intermediate Algebra text by Blitzer. Well, what should we do first? Let's read the problem. Y varies directly. Varies directly, that's kind of a new term. As x. Y equals 45 when x equals 5. Find y when x equals 13. Okay, let's begin. I guess we need a plan, and fortunately Blitzer suggests one. The first thing that he suggests is that we write the equation. So step 1, write equation. Step 2, find k. K is something new. It's called the constant of variation, but we're going to find k. 3, we're going to substitute. I can spell this, I'm sure. Substitute, okay. We're going to substitute for k. I've got substitute right now, I think. Substitute for k. And finally, we're going to find the unknown. Okay, find the unknown. Find unknown. Unknown. Okay, let's begin. Let's try and write the equation. Well, we've got something new in here. We've got y. Well, that's not new. Y varies. When we see varies, we write equals and k. Just do that on every problem, every one of these variation problems. Then it says directly as x. That just means times x. So y equals kx. We've written the equation. Next step, find k. Hopefully they've given us enough information to find k. It looks like it. Y is equal to 45. I better write that down here so I can scroll down a little bit. And x equals 5. Writing that down, now I can scroll down. And so I'm going to replace y with 45. And it's k, remember, multiplied times x, but in this case x is 5. So I substitute in place of x 5. I've accomplished step number 2. I've found, no, I haven't yet. I need to solve for k. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. Dividing by 5, I get 1 there. K equals 9, and now I do have my value for k. Next step, substitute for k. So I'm going to go back up to my original equation and write it again just as it is, but when I get to k, I'm not going to put k there. I'm going to put what I found k to be. That constant is 9, and it's going to be constant throughout this problem. Okay, I've done the substitution for k. Next step, find the unknown. So I better check, oh yes, I'm supposed to find y when x is 13. Okay, find y when x is 13. Come back down here, and I'm going to find y, and k is, my constant k is now 9. I'm writing 13 in for x, and then all I need to do is multiply 13 times 9. I get 117. And so my answer to the first problem is y equals 117. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Needless to say, they get more difficult. And so as we move on to the next one, we'll read it. It states y varies jointly. Okay, already a new word, jointly, as m and the square of n, and inversely. Well, I've seen inversely before, but not in this context. Inversely as p. And then it goes ahead and gives us some values for y, m, n, P, and then last it says find y when m equals 3 and n equals 4. So let's begin with writing our equation. We're going to write y, and there's varies again. We know what that is. It's equals k. Okay, then jointly, that's new, but all that means is instead of, like directly was just multiply by one variable, we're going to multiply by two or more variables, in this case just two, m, and by the square of n, not just by n, by the square of n. And remember, the square of n is not the same thing as the square root of n. Don't write down the square root of n. And inversely all that means is divided by p. We've accomplished step one. We've written our equation, y equals k m n squared p. Okay, now we need to find k, so I'm going to plug 5 in for y. M is 2, 1 is n, and remember I need to square that, and divide all that by 6. So I replace p with 6. Okay, now I need to just work on solving this for k. So maybe I can simplify it a little bit here. 2 and 1 squared, well, that's 1 times 1, which is 1, and divided by 6. And now, well, I could multiply both sides here by 6. That would clear out the denominator on the right side. So I'm going to write multiply by 6 on both sides. I'll write it as a fraction on the right side, canceling out the 6 there, and I get 30 equals, and 2 times 1 times k is just 2k. And now, so then k equals 15, or 15 equals k equals 15, and there I just divided both sides by 2. I think you can see that. So I get k equals 15. So I've just now accomplished step number 2. Step number 3, remember, was substitute the value of k back up into the original equation. And so I'm going back up to our original equation there. I'm going to rewrite that. And instead of k, I'm going to put a 15 in there. So I have y equals 15m n squared all over, or divided by, p. And then they're going to give us enough information, I hope, that we can now solve for, let's see, what are we solving for? We're going to solve for y when m is, okay, I think I've gotten, when m was 3, n was 4, and p was equal to 10. And now we're going to solve for y. So y equals 15, that's what k is all throughout this problem. M is 3, n is 4, we're going to square the 4, and divide that by 10. Now it's just a matter of doing some simplification. We've got, well, we've still got 15 times 3 and 4 squared, that's 16. We're going to divide all that by 10. Let's see if we can do some canceling here. I think, yeah, 5 goes into 10 twice, 5 goes into 15 3 times. How about 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 16 8 times. Let's see, what do I have left? I just have, well, I have y equals 3 times 3 times 8, and 3 times 3 is 9 times 8, which equals 9 times 8 is 72. So our final answer to this problem is y equals 72. Okay, I hope that helps. See ya.